When I sat down and talked to Tyler Brown, I was so moved and nearly in tears. His inspiring story is about perseverance and hope. The 17-year-old telling me even after being shot in the head, he still had no question that he would bounce back.
The doctors and the nurses was like I wouldn't be alive. People was telling my friends I won't play basketball again.
When the odds were stacked against 17-year-old Tyler Brown, he says doubt was never an option for him.
So I proved a lot of people wrong, and I'm gonna keep proving people wrong.
The South Bend St. Joe High School basketball player surviving the unthinkable, struck in the head by a bullet. It happened back in October 2021 while on the way to his dad's house in South Bend, the then sophomore just leaving basketball practice.
I was at a stop sign and then they start shooting. I didn't know they were shooting at us, and then they just started shooting, and then I put my head down and I got shot. I think the police threw me on a stretcher, and that's all I remember.
The devastating act of gun violence left the teenager fighting for his life in the hospital.
I had a trachea in my throat, and I took it out the first time, and then they put another trachea in, a smaller trach.
His loved ones unsure if he was even going to survive.
Me and Tyler are first cousins. We grew up together, been together our whole life. It hurt. A lot of sleepless nights thinking about Tyler and what his future will hold.
I was able to get into the hospital because of my position and was able to get back to him. And we were able to at least see him. And it looked pretty bad.
After hours of surgery and months in the hospital, Tyler finally got to go home.
All right, you ready?
Still continuing down the road to recovery, Tyler had to relearn basic tasks all over again.
Don't let it flop, remember, control.
I had to relearn how to say mom again. That was like tough. I had to relearn how to walk. So my godmom and a nurse had to lift me up, lift my legs up to walk with me, and then I had to, what is it called? A roller? Not a roller, a walker. And I had to walk on there for like 2 weeks. And then I started with a cane.
Always with the goal of one day hitting the court again. This journey anything but easy.
The nurses kept telling me, you're not walking right. And I was frustrated, and it got me frustrated. And through this process, I get frustrated easy.
But Tyler says it was his family and his faith that helped push him to recover.
Did you think that you would be here on this court ever again?
Yeah.
You sound confident. Why'd you know?
Because God is just, I believe in God. If he could do it, I could do it, you know?
Nearly a year after being shot, Tyler was finally able to put his game day jersey back on.
I felt nervous. I was kind of scared, but the first game I was scared, but then the second game, I was like, I'm gonna go score. I'm gonna attack to the rim. I got a foul, and I shot 2 free throws, and I made them.
What a special moment, and thinking of the guys, how excited they were for him, and seeing his little smile as he hit that shot. That's a moment I won't ever forget as a coach.
An unforgettable moment, not only for Tyler and his team, but also his family.
It's always just been his dream to play at a high level, and for him to be able to play the game that he loves, it's honestly touching.
I am so proud of his tenacity and his faith in God, his faith in fighting to get back to a position.
Tyler's journey especially hitting home for his uncle Kenneth Lee, a community advocate against gun violence and a pastor at the church that sits just feet away from Elwood and Johnson Streets, where his nephew was shot.
We do a lot of things to help lift our community up. So for it to happen right in front of my church, I took it as a slap to the face or a personal attack against the work that we're doing. Our young people don't understand that once you pull the trigger, you can't get that bullet back. And so while it looks sexy and good on television, in reality, it really affects more than just the person shot.
The teen now joining his uncle to share his own experience and a message about gun violence.
Just stop doing it. It's just, you're not gonna get nowhere. But in jail or in the grave, it's just like, it's no good outcome.
Now, Tyler tells me he wouldn't have been here without the support of his family, his team, and St. Joe High School. He says he's looking forward to playing basketball as a senior next year, then going off to college and sharing his story through public speaking. In studio, Naja Woods, ABC 57 News.